president's going to speak to us again tonight. What do you think he's going to say? What do you think old Cyril's going to have to say for himself this afternoon? Because there's rumors going around he's going to extend it to June and wada. I'm so fed up with the whole corona nonsense. I'm fed up. I'm like seriously fed up. I really am. It's getting ridiculous, and it's getting to the point where it's turned into a political circus. That's it. That's what this is now. It's a political circus. I don't even know. I don't know. I think that, look, it's true what they say. It takes 3 weeks for you to learn a habit, and I think what we've now done is in the last 3 weeks we've learned that it's okay to stay at home, it's okay to not have money, it's okay to be lied to the whole time, fed a bunch of nonsense. But at least we've also learned to enjoy the daily drive with Joe every morning and every afternoon. As you can see, nothing much has changed. I don't know, guys, this afternoon it just kind of feels like this whole thing is so watered down. And I'm going to say it, right? I'm going to say what we're all thinking. There's no clear, there's no leadership, first of all. There's no organization behind all of this. And to me, we've got this worldwide pandemic. The WHO have all freaked out and everyone's going, this is so deadly. It's the deadliest thing to ever hit the planet. Please, everyone, stay at home, wear masks, wear gloves, wada. How many people have died? And then people go, yeah, but you know why? You know why? It's because our government, they have taken all the right measures. And that's why we've flattened the curve. Please, man. I feel so sorry for a lot of the people in our community, and not just our community, the entire country. This is Tzaneen Mall. Parking lot here is empty, dead empty. Dead empty. Hello everybody. Hello Lizelle. Hello Petronel. Dave, what up? Carol, good morning. Good afternoon everyone. So, I've just been thinking as I've been driving through this parking lot. So, imagine for one instance, right, that you own a shop. You own a shop in this mall. How much do you think the rent is in this mall? So now you're not allowed to operate. What do you think is going to happen? Well, don't worry, because if you don't have to pay rent, right, you're an informal. How's this? They actually have a name for it. The informal business sector. There's these guys that you and I are looking at right now. You see these folks here? Pushing trolleys, selling scafe, selling their stuff on unhygienic, non-disinfected bloody pallets, tables. They see this, okay? Yeah, run. Yeah, no, it's alright. I don't want to buy anything. So, I'm driving through Tzaneen now, right? Did you see all these people running at me? The informal business sector is booming. It's booming. So now I wonder, have these guys have all of these ugly tables here? these trolleys, have they all been disinfected? I wonder. Because these guys have been labeled essential services. So the street hawkers and the spaza shops, they can all trade, all of them. They don't fall under the rules of the Health and Safety Act. They don't get inspected. Nothing. But they can trade. This oak that was running at me now, right, wants to sell me cigarettes. That oak doesn't employ anybody. Nothing. That oak looks after himself only. And he's allowed to trade. Yeah. You see all this crap here next to the side of the road here? Do you see this? Let me turn this to the left. You see all this? No, you can't, because the sun is in your face. Well, this crap next to the side of the road here, do you know how much germs, how many germs must be on these tables? How often do you think the guys that sell food and sell all their goods on these tables here, next to these massive potholes, how often do you think they disinfect their little tent here? So here we have this one here. Let me just reverse a bit here, right? You see to the left here, this thing over here. You see this half like broken, torn up, you can't even see now. Let's see here, come, turn. Okay, you see this over here, that over there. You see that? Do you know what that is? That's a hair salon. That's a hair salon, my friend. Do you think the owner of that hair salon disinfects the knippish after every single customer's head gets shaved there? Do you think they do that? Do you think they have a health inspector that walks in there and asks, listen, can I see your basin? Where's all the hair? The hair that you sweep up, what do you do with it? Do you think they have an oak like that? No, of course they don't, man. So, if you're an informal trader, the way to go is to get yourself a little old pallets, a few old pallets, and then build yourself. You don't even have to be a carpenter, right? No, you get a few old pallets, you smack them together, and then Bob's your uncle. There you've got your shop. You choose a spot that you want to, preferably close to a sign that says no hawking, and a dustbin. And then what you do then is you take like black bags. You see, like this guy on the left here has done. You take black bags, you put up poles, you put up the black bags, and then your staliki has a roof. Now you're a legit informal business. Okay. And then you can get yourself, like these oaks here, you get yourself an old braai, and then you can start serving cooked food off there, lekker hoendertjie that you take, and you can even slaughter the chicken here next to the road. Who cares? No one cares. And then you don't even have to wash the grill ever. You don't pay any rent. I say it, achatjie. You don't pay tax, you don't pay rent, nothing. And then guess what? There's a pandemic, a global pandemic, and then nobody's allowed to do any business, right? So then there's no people to walk past your rickety old staliki, your informal shop, which is part of the informal business sector, which has now been labeled as a essential service. Okay. And then you struggle because I shame. Now all the people are walking in their own villages, and they're staying at home, and now nobody. I shame. You're not making money anymore. But that's okay, because the government will actually pay you. Yeah, don't worry about the guys who actually pay taxes, and so the government goes, listen, we will save you, we've got lots of money. But what the informal business sector doesn't understand is that government has got no money. Nothing in this country is government funded. No, it's taxpayer funded. So guys like you watching this show and me driving through all this nonsense, we can't work right now. But don't worry, because our taxes, which we have to pay again this month, will pay for the spaza shop and this ridiculous informal business sector, whatever the hell that means. So I have a suggestion. If you're going to have a business sector like us, right, we are formal business people. I have my little papiertjie here from the CIPC. I'm a registered company. I employ people, I pay my taxes, I pay my UIF. Okay, I do business in town, in the formal business sector. Then why the hell are these informal street traders with all their ugly stallikies and their germs and their cuck, why are they in amongst the formal business people? Why? Why don't they have their own little informal trading area outside of the place where I pay? Or doesn't it work that way? Hey, Marius Jacobs from K9 Security. So quite obviously it doesn't work that way. So, did you guys enjoy this morning's trip down memory lane in Palo Hollywood? I actually found it to be quite enjoyable. It was really nice. It was a bit of a change of scenery, and it was nice to see that actually outside Palabora the roadblocks actually work. They stopped all the vehicles, they even stopped me on the way there, and had so much faith. I really did. They stopped me and they briefly looked into my vehicle, very briefly. They never even checked the back of this bakkie. So I've got a bakkie and it's covered, right? So you can't actually see what I'm carrying in the back of the bakkie, but they never searched that, because I'm a good looking oak and sparkling and charismatic personality and a great big smile. And then they just let me through because I was holding a piece of paper in my hand, which probably looked to the army guys as though it was a permit. It may have been a permit, it may have not been a permit. Anyway, and then when I left Palabora and I came back to Tzaneen, I went through the same roadblock and there were no people there. The cones were there in the road. That was pretty cool. I saw the nice little road cones. But the guys were gone. The people who are actually supposed to be doing the stopping. Because no one's going to stop for cones in the road. I don't know if you know how that works. So they weren't there and I just took a nice little drive through there. And then Gravelot, there was no police, no roadblocks, no nothing. Letsitele, no roadblocks, no police, no army, no traffic police. Outside Letsitele, on the other side, Tarantal Rand, no roadblocks, no police, no traffic police, no army. The big roadblock here that was specially put up for the Fedora, no roadblock, no traffic cops, no police, no army. So, should we try that exercise again quickly and go and check out all of that? Because the roadblocks should be in operation again now. I don't know if they are. So, it's BB Motors, guys. How many of you people still think that we are being lied to? How many of you people think that there's actually a real serious pandemic out there? I'm just asking. I'm allowed to ask questions. The last time I asked these questions, I was called a denialist. But I've got some questions that I would like answers to, and I don't get the answers, so I keep asking them. That's my job, right? How many healthy, completely healthy people have picked up quote-unquote COVID-19 and have died? That's one question I want to know. Tannie Yvonne, hello my tante. Now Tannie Yvonne, who's joining us here. So Tannie Yvonne used to be the Tannie that knows everything, and now she still knows everything. It's just that nobody listens anymore because no one wants to listen to the older folks, right? But she puts out all this wisdom on Facebook in the form of these little stories for kids. So Tannie Yvonne was the head librarian of the Mopani district for very long. So very interesting Tannie. And she also loves Bulletin because she loves getting a heart attack every week. Isn't that amazing? So, okay, so does anybody know you're a fit and healthy person, you don't smoke, you drink a little bit maybe, like everyone else does. Surely in this time you should be. In any case, fit, healthy, active lifestyle. All of your stuff is, oh, excuse me. You know, your cholesterol's under control. You've got no asthenic heart condition, nothing. You're completely healthy, fit as a fiddle, fittest person on the planet. Then you pick up a cough, okay? Go to the hospital. What happens? I want to know what happens. Like I would. And I'm not being facetious. Well, maybe a little bit, but not really. I actually really just want to know if a completely 100% fit and healthy person is diagnosed with this quote-unquote coronavirus. But let's upset all the lefties now, okay? The China virus. So, and now you get tested positive for this. I would like to know what's the process. What happens? Do they rush you off to ICU immediately? I mean, what happens? Can you fall ill from the coronavirus, or what is it? Because so far, these people who have died, if I read the press statements every time that they issue a statement, these people all have existing comorbidities, which they call comorbidities, which is the guy has like asthenic heart conditions, TB or diabetes, or something like that. But I haven't really, and I must just double check this, but I would like to know if you can fall ill and die from only COVID-19. That's what I want to know. And I think we're all allowed to ask these questions. Does anybody know? Is this how it works? And then I would like to also know, considering that there's nobody on the roads anymore during this lockdown, right? So there's nobody on the road, so obviously the Easter weekend and also the death toll on the roads now, it's going to be a lot less, right? So it would be interesting to see, because see, I did do, hey guys, look, I'm being stopped. Yes, let's check it out. Guys, you are fortunate. All right, let's see what they ask me.
Hello.
How are you?
Not good.
Why?
Everything is stuck.
What?
Everything's stuck.
Everything's stuck. Stuck. Oh yeah. What would you?
Can't buy beer, we can't smoke.
Exactly.
We can't have sex.
Nothing.
Nothing.
As I put this mask on now, hang on.
Yeah.
What would you like to see from me, man?
Where to?
I live here. I live in Tzaneen.
Where in Tzaneen?
in Tzaneen itself. I work for the Bulletin. Check.
Oh. Oh, I want to visit. I want to come and eat lunch.
Are you sure?
Have supper with you.
You want to have supper?
Drink
In fact,
wine with you.
hey, hey. How many taxi drivers do you guys stop here in a day?
Oh, plenty.
And even at night, till what time are you guys here?
24 hours.
Serious? And the police?
Yeah, even also the police, they do come. Now they're changing shift. They'll
Ah.
come. Those are coming in now.
And the army guys are only here in the mornings, no?
No.
All the time?
They also come all the time.
Ah.
Yeah.
Alright, man, can I go?
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Vamos.
Sharp.
Sharp.
Alright, so we can't eat, we can't drink, we can't have sex. So so the dude stops me, right? But like while we're talking about having dinner and wine and whatever other nonsense, he doesn't check what I've got in the back of my bucky. He doesn't look in the bucky. Nothing. And and while we're talking, like a taxi goes past and another taxi and like a skoro. I'm sure the one taxi that I saw that drove past, I don't even think that thing was on the road, right? Oh man. Well, hey, look, guys. I mean, come on. It only took them 24 days to stop me twice, you know. All right, so that was quite cool. And being stopped twice in 2 days. No, twice in 2 days after 24 days. So that was quite interesting. Okay, let's go try the other roadblock. Let's see. Let's go. So what happens if I had stuff in the back of the bucket? Oh man. Oh, okay. So listen guys, I think we've established, alright, the plan of action here. If this lockdown does get extended, which I don't think it will, but if it does, right, you can see now these oaks are getting used to just letting people go and talking shit for like a minute or 30 seconds. And we still have to get to a roadblock where they stop me and search my vehicle. So this hasn't happened yet, right? So here's what we do. If it does get extended, all you oaks that have booze and smokes and stuff you want to sell, guess who we can use for the delivery boy. I'm not saying that we should start an illicit underground cigarette smuggling ring or a booze smuggling ring, but I am willing to help. No. So okay, so should we go try another roadblock? Should we go try 2 more? Let's see. Roadblock op die stasiepad. Okay, I think I should go check that one out. Let me go check that. Maybe, guys, maybe we're lucky and I get stopped for like a 3rd time this week. Okay? And maybe the 3rd oak to stop me is going to think, listen, let's check this oak's back of his bucky out. Yeah. Thank goodness Tzaneen's roads don't have any potholes or anything in there. They've been quite shit. We just hoot at my friend Helgaard here. I haven't seen my bandmates in 3 weeks. We haven't made music in 3 weeks. Do you know what that feels like? Bugger the no booze and no smoking. Imagine not being able to make music. As a muso, you can't make music. Yeah, you know, maybe I shouldn't tell them I work for Bulletin. Maybe I should say I work for Mr. Delivery. Yeah, maybe I should do that. But you know what? And also by law, a journalist must, by law, identify himself. So we've got kind of a bit of a stuck up one there. Okay, so one of the guys now said that there's also a roadblock which wasn't there before on the Stasi Road, the station road. So let's go have a look there. I've got an idea, guys. So just hang on. Right, do you think they're going to stop me now? I'm getting the attention of a lot of... Let's see, do you think he's actually going to stop me now? Okay, we're going to get to the Stasi Road in a second. Well, there were people who said I should wear a mask today. So let's try. Let's see. Maybe we can turn this around a bit now again. Marius Jacobs, jy moet my eers vang, my ou. Maar ek weet die Keinan ouens is nie meer by die roadblocks nie, so hulle gaan my nie vang nie. Okay, so let's go check out the roadblock. I wonder, do you think they'll stop me with this mask on? Except I need to get to a hairdresser, right? And because now all the hair's like sticking out everywhere, and Corneille is not allowed to give me a knippy anymore. So now, let's see. Ron, how's it, Ron? Ron, the runaround reverend, has joined the party. As we approach the exit to Tzaneen on the other side, here through the industrial area, and then we're going to go see that roadblock there, the Stasi Road, and then from there I'll just drive back into town, drive around back into town, and then get to the other roadblock, and then we'll see. Let's see if they stop me with my Batman mask on. James, hy gaan vanaand praat. Ek dink, maak jouself reg vir 7 uur vir 10:30, en dan gaan hy gaan begin met 'n lang storie soos gewoonlik. It's going to start off with my fellow South Africans. You know, like in the movies, like Independence Day, when the aliens are about to hit, and the president always goes up there with like this very vroom gesiggie, and then he's going to go up there and my fellow South Africans, thank you so much for understanding and sacrificing you've done has been amazing and blah 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 blah, and then eventually you get to the point where he's going to say, it is because of this reason we must ask even more of you. I'm Batman. Anyway, so that's pretty much, James, that's pretty much what you can so 7 o'clock for 11:30. Hoekom sê almal die kamera skyn in die lig? Dit nie. Camera like cool. So what I'll do is, if they stop me at the next roadblock, right, I'm going to see if, but you see, I don't want them to know that if I turn the camera around, they can see themselves speaking to Batman on the camera. Okay, so we are almost at the old industrial area. No, this is the new industrial area, sorry, in Tzaneen. And then we're going to get to the exit. We'll go on to the Stacy Road. Station Road. We'll see if there's a roadblock there. I think I know where it's probably at the end, eh? You'll say exactly. For those of you who don't know, we've just gone past the... Oh, here we go. How's it? How's it, dude? Yeah, don't worry, none of us can see anything. It's okay. Oh, it was very lucky. How's it, Tracy? Did you see? You didn't even see. I don't know. Did you just join us now? You guys should have seen those oaks faces. Tracy, darling, did you see? Or did you just join us? How's it, Trace? So I don't see the roadblocks, but we're going to try and see some of them. I was stopped. Tracy, you missed it. Okay, I'm going to switch this back again to the front. You guys should see the faces of the pedestrians when they walk past. So the Voice of America interview was really cool, guys. It was really great. They spoke to me mostly about the drones. That was actually the angle, was the drones. And when they searched for drones, someone told them about this. They saw one of the videos. Someone told them there's this guy in Tzaneen. Tzaneen's a small town in a small province in the north of South Africa. Yes, it's the island off the coast of Africa, and yes, it's there where they ride elephants to school. But all the schools are closed now, so he's driving his bakkie. Anyway, so then they said, oh, and they're using drones, and it's the first municipality in South Africa that are actually using drones during this COVID-19 pandemic, quote unquote. And so then they said, listen, call this guy up. And then we had a chat about it, and they found it very interesting that we're doing these daily drives. They said it's an interesting take on community journalism, especially because it's live and it's unscripted. It's unedited and it's unscripted. So it doesn't get done that way in the States, is what they said. So they found that very interesting, and we had a nice talk about a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, so as soon as that's aired, I'll get the link from them and I'll give you guys the link. Driving past my friend Gerike's house, and I'm Chris Smith and them. Yeah, we're going to drive past Trudy's house now. Okay, so I haven't seen any roadblocks on this road. Anyway, but isn't it cool? Isn't it just great that there's a little voice here in a little town in South Africa? Isn't it just so fantastic that we managed to make it onto the radar of the Voice of America? Mark, read between the lines. Just now I was mentioning something about a willing mule, if you catch my drift. A willing mule that doesn't get stopped. Anyway, so I remember when I was very small, my dad used to listen to Voice of America all the time. And Voice of America was a really big deal. And I used to listen to it sometimes, while my dad was listening to it. And isn't it amazing that this little voice bulletin speaks for this little community? And we speak loud enough that they hear us all the way in America. Now that's what we want. Johan, ek weet nie, ek dink dis omdat die son nou skyn, hè? So because it's getting dark now, the sun is shining from the front, and all you're seeing is the black at the bottom. So it just looks like you're just seeing trees, but you're not. I promise you, I'm not in the air yet. The Batmobile only flies at night. So I have a few theories about that too. But let's just first make it. Okay, we're driving past Venbeck in a second. There's the Volkberg Academy. Drive past Venbeck, and then maybe the light will get better, then you guys can see the road again. Yeah, that's better. Can you see that? Johan, kan jy nou sien? Okay. Man, now the sun's going to be in your face, right? Again, right? Nope. All these... Oh, I got the most amazing water yesterday from Sequoia. From my very good friend Nina. I went to see Nina and Guy yesterday. They are the owners of Sleerboek and of Sequoia. And we had a bit of a coffee, and it was really, really nice just to, touch base again. It's very important during this time. Sorry about the sun in your face, guys. Shall I perhaps turn the camera around until we get back to Tzaneen? Well, it's a pretty sunset, I suppose. Maybe is that better? Is that better? Okay, we can see again. I can take my glasses off. Right, let's see if they stop me here at this traffic light. Traffic light roadblock. I'm so tired of this nonsense. Let me hoot at them. Let me see. You guys should have seen their faces. That was classic, but they didn't stop me again. Okay, so there seems to be like one traffic officer somewhere that wants to work, but the roadblocks, essentially, guys, it's a laugh, man. It's an absolute joke. You've seen it now. How many times have we seen it during these daily drives? It's an absolute joke. Who's fooling who? I don't know. Look, I think that the way that we live and the way that we do things will never be the same again. I don't think that the president is going to extend the lockdown. He can't. I mean, it'll just kill the economy. The economy is already on its knees. I mean, guys, have you seen the oil price? It's the first time in history that people are now paying you to buy their oil. You know, if you have a few rand lying around, now would be the time to try and buy oil, because it's now less than $0 for a barrel, because obviously the demand is not there anymore, and the supply is too much, and there's no place to store all the oil. So I'm not an economist, and I can't really talk too much about that right now, but there's a lot of change that has happened, and I refuse to believe that this has been a way to make all of us equal. All we have realized now is that there will be a greater divide between the rich, the medium class, and the poor. Because it's like I said this morning again, we are not in the same boat. Okay. I mean, the Oppenheimers, do you think that they gave the 1 billion? They never gave 1 billion. They made a loan of 1 billion. Who do you think is going to pay that back? You and me. That's who. So I want to get back to another thing as well, okay? So you know this online chess tournament that I wanted to do, and then nobody was really interested except 2 people? Both of them being my alter egos. So how that started was, I said to my wife, I would like to do something to try and lift people's spirits and get their minds working again. And with everybody standing in long queues, why don't I take one of my chess sets? So I love chess. I've got a few chess boards. And why don't I take one of my chess boards, and I come here, I arrange with the center management, and I go and sit here, you know, somewhere where the people queue. And then if you want to, and you're standing in queue for about half an hour to an hour, you and I can have a game of chess, and we'll keep our social distance and all of that. But why don't we do that? And then, you know, after talking about it, she said, well, you know, it's a good idea, and people will probably play while they're waiting in line. But you're going to get someone who's going to say, nyam, nyam, social distancing, nyap, nyap, disinfect all the chess pieces, nyap, nyap, the other guy, nyap, nyap, nyap. So then I said, all right, I hear you, because there will always be one peanut in the packet. Like the 2 of them we had in the beginning of these shows who are now dead quiet. Okay. Remember them. Anyway, old Wes and old Steve. So you'll always have a Wes and a Steve. And we said, all right, let's try and do it online, because I'm sure that there's a lot of people that do enjoy chess. Chess is a fantastic game. And then we thought, let's do it that way. It'll be easy. I'll set up a camera, take one of the chess boards that have the markings next to the side, you know, set it up. Okay, so then we didn't have enough interest. Okay, guys, I think that's about it. That's it for the drive. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to have a look at the other videos, please, if you didn't, if you missed this morning's drive, go and have a look at the drive we did this morning. It was amazing. We went through Palabora. It was an hour and a half, and I mean, we had like 300 live viewers at the time, and people were really getting involved in the conversations, and it was amazing. So do yourself a favor, if you've got nothing to do, if you've got a bit of a spare moment, go have a look at this morning's drive. It was really something special. His Royal one is probably going to stop just to, yeah, of course, look, we'll stop here. We'll put on the hazards, because in life, in the world, this is how it works. If you drive a really big, flashy anything with a personalized license plate, you are lifted up above the law of the country, and you can do whatever you want to, as long as your vehicle is fitted with hazards. Anyway, guys, that was Joe, the daily drive. Going back to my cave. Please, guys, share these videos. Like our page, follow our page, go check out YouTube, Far North Bulletin, for other videos from all the way back in 2011. Hit us up on Instagram at BulletinTZN. We'll see you guys again tomorrow morning for the Daily Drive with Joe. Ciao.